On the freshly made kumbamayang, garlands of jasmine, the fragrant perfume wafting through the warm air across the wide courtyards. This is Javanese palace architecture at its finest, the golden pavilion where the Sultan holds court. Deep in the heart of the palace compounds, the private gardens and living quarters of the royal family. Meticulous preparations were going on. These girls, all of royal blood, are the carriers of the royal regalia who personally attend the Sultan and his queen. Elsewhere, the dancers, their elaborate costumes and headdresses painstakingly prepared, the classical dances which haven't been changed in this court for 200 years. And this was the elegant, ornate, and richly decorated pavilion in which the royal couple would be entertained. With the prince and princess about to arrive, there's a last-minute security check, though probably more to test the sturdiness of the chairs than anything else. And in the background, the music of the gamelan, played by old retainers. The sound of this mixture of drums, gongs, and kettles is often compared to pure moonlight and flowing water. The puppet master begins his act with intricately designed and strongly stylized leather puppets, his foot keeping time. A flickering oil lamp throwing the shadows onto the screen. Drama, the Indonesians believe, is the shadow of life, and man but a mere puppet of God. Performances can last up to 10 hours. The prince and princess weren't able to say anything like as long as that, but backstage, some of the traditional themes which almost emphasize absolute good over absolute evil were explained to them by their host, the Sultan. The dancers follow a strict routine created by a previous sultan in the mid-18th century. The present sultan, who was installed only this year, keeps to those traditions. The dancers seem distant and withdrawn, displaying a formality in which even the jangle of bells is considered coarse, and the stylized movements sometimes seem to be arrested in the hot, humid air of the long afternoon. But if the weather was hot, the pace of the visit had not been hectic, at least for the princess, who limited her public engagements to just one a day. As the colourful court ceremony drew to a close, thoughts were already turning to the next stage of this royal tour, one which might prove more difficult and controversial.